Hello all, welcome to this new lesson. In the previous lesson, we discussed about the classification of operators in C language. And in this lesson, we are going to discuss about arithmetic operators in detail. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, how many arithmetic operators are there in C language? There are 5 arithmetic operators in C language. They are plus, minus, multiplication, division operator, and modulo operator, right? So plus is used for adding two numbers. That is, when I say 5 plus 2, this will result in 7. And minus is used for subtracting two numbers. It means when I say 5 minus of 3, I get the result as 2. And star is used for multiplication, which means 5 multiplied by 3 will give me the result as 15. And division operator as well as modulo operator both does the same thing. That is, both are used for division, but only thing is the result that they actually give us is totally different. It means division operator is used to give me the quotient after dividing two numbers, and modulo operator is used to give me the remainder after dividing two numbers. It means if I say 4 division operator 2, this will give me the result as 2, which is nothing but the quotient. And when I say 4 modulo 2, this will give me the result as 0, which is nothing but the remainder, okay, after dividing 4 and 2, right? So therefore, one thing that you have to keep in mind is that, okay, the division operator as well as modulo operator both does the division, but division operator will give us the quotient as the result, and modulo operator will give us the remainder as the result. Okay, so having knowing these operators, let us now go and solve an expression, right? Now, so as you can see on the screen, we have an expression over here. Okay, so for those people who don't understand what you mean by an expression is nothing but a combination of operators and operands, which when put together and evaluated will result in a final value, right? So that is basically called as an expression. And in our example, we have an expression which says 2 plus 1 multiplied by 3 minus 2 plus 4 modulo 2 minus 2 multiplied by 5 plus 2 divided by 1, right? This is our expression. But before solving this expression, we will have to answer one question. The answer is that, okay, which operator should I evaluate first? That is, should I start with star first, or should I start with division operator first, or should I start with modulo first, or should I start with plus or minus, right? So there is a confusion. The confusion as to where should I start evaluating this expression from, right? Or which is the first operator that I will have to start evaluating first, right? So there is a confusion like this. So to avoid this confusion, C language gives us a rule called as a priority rule, or sometimes it is also called as the precedence rule, right? So in arithmetic operators, the highest priority is given to star, division, and modulo operator, right? So star, division, and modulo operator enjoys the first priority, and the second priority is given to plus and minus. So it means in an expression, we will have to first evaluate all the star, division, and modulo operator first, and only then I will have to evaluate the plus and minus, right? This is what your priority rule says, right? So highest priority operator means that I will have to evaluate these operators first, and the second priority operators means that I will have to evaluate that next after evaluating all the first priority operators. Now, in this expression, okay, so there is one thing is clear, like, which operator has to be evaluated first, but this gives us one more confusion, right? So this, we land up in one more confusion. The confusion is that in this expression, as you can see, we have multiple operators with the same priority, right? So we have star, which is having the first priority. We have modulo, again, even this has the first priority. And we have division operator, which is again having the same priority. That is the first priority. Now, when you have an expression that contains multiple operators with the same priority, right, then which one will you evaluate first, right? So should I evaluate star first, or should I evaluate modulo first, or should I evaluate division first, or again, should I evaluate this star first? Which one should I evaluate first, isn't it? So that is when, to avoid this confusion, okay, C language provides us with something called as associativity rule, right? So associativity rule can be L to R or R to L, right? So L to R stands for left to right, and R to L stands for right to left, right? So for all arithmetic operators, the associativity is from L to R. It means left to R. So it means that whenever an expression is given to you, or whenever you have an expression that contains multiple operators with the same priority, then you will have to evaluate those operators which comes first from left side to right side, right? So now you know which operator to evaluate first, isn't it? So in this expression, as you know that star is having the high priority, modulo is again having the high priority, star is having the high priority, and division operator is also having the high priority. But among these operators, which is coming first from first to left, right? You'll have to first evaluate that. And in our example, so star is coming first from left to right. So we will have to first evaluate 1 into 3. And once you evaluate this, you will have to next go and evaluate 4 modulo 2, because modulo is the next operator that comes first from left to right once we evaluate the star operator. And once you complete 4 modulo 2, you will have to then go and evaluate 2 multiplied by 5 and followed by 2 divided by 1. And then once you complete all your high priority operators, okay, it means once you complete evaluating all your high priority operators, then you will have to evaluate again the second priority operators, again in the same order, left to right order. Okay, so whichever operator comes first from left to right, you will have to start evaluating those operators. Okay, so let me show this example by evaluating this expression. Okay, so as you can see, we know that, okay, star is having the first priority, modulo is having the first priority, star is again having the first priority, and division operator is having the first priority. So when you have multiple operators that has the same priority, so which one will you evaluate first? Whichever comes first from left to right. Okay, this is called as associativity rule, right? So let me start evaluating. Okay, 2 plus 1 multiplied by 3 is 3. As you can see, I have evaluated this, and then keep the rest as it is. Okay, minus 2 plus 4 modulo 2 minus 2 multiplied by 5 plus 2 divided by 1, right? So this is the resultant expression. Now in this expression, okay, so I will have to evaluate modulo because this is the operator which comes first from left to right, right? So again, let me evaluate it. 2 plus 3 minus of 2 plus 4 modulo 2 will result in a remainder of 0, minus 2 multiplied by 5 plus 2 divided by 1, right? So even modulo operator is over. Now the pending operators are star and division. So out of star and division operator, star comes first from left to right. So let me start evaluating it. Okay, so 2 plus 3 minus of 2 plus 0 minus of 5 twos are 10 plus 2 divided by 1. Okay, so this is the resultant expression. Now let me again, okay, so out of all operators, only the final high priority operator is pending. Let me evaluate that also. So 2 plus 3 minus of 2 plus 0 minus of 10 plus 2 divided by 2, 1 is nothing but 2 itself. Okay, so as you can see, all high priority operators are over and only the second priority operators are pending, that is plus and minus. Now whom should I evaluate first? Again, use the associativity rule. Whichever operator comes first from left to right, evaluate it. In my case, plus comes first, so let me start evaluating it. So 2 plus 3 is 5 minus of 2 plus 0 minus 10 plus 2. Okay, again evaluating it becomes 5 minus 2 is 3 plus 0 minus 10 plus 2. Okay, so this becomes, okay, 3 minus 10 plus 2, which is nothing but minus 7 plus 2, and the answer is minus 5. Therefore, after evaluating this expression, the final result is minus 5, right? So this is how you evaluate your arithmetic expressions. Okay, so I think we should work out on one more example so that you understand it better. Okay, so I have an other expression. Okay, so it says 3 plus 1 modulo 2 minus 1 plus 4 multiplied by 2 minus 2 divided by 6, right? So in this expression, as we know, who is having the highest priority? Modulo is having the highest priority, and star is again having the highest priority, and division operator is also having the highest priority. It means we have 3 operators in this expression which has the highest priority. Now which one should you evaluate first? So which one to evaluate first depends on the associativity. So arithmetic operators follows left to right associativity, and therefore when we apply this rule, the first operator that comes first from left to right is modulo operator. So I will have to first evaluate modulo and then follow the rest of the operators, right? So let me start evaluating. 3 plus 1 modulo 2 is 1 minus 1 plus 4 multiplied by 2 minus 2 divided by 6. Okay, so rest I keep it as it is, right? So you must know that 1 after dividing 1 by 2, we get the remainder as 1 itself, right? So next, from this, who is having the next highest priority? It is star, right? So let me first evaluate star, which comes first from left to right, when compared with the division operator. Okay, So 3 plus 1 minus of 1 plus 4 2 is 8 minus 2 divided by 6. Okay. So now we only have one high priority operator. Let me start evaluating it, right? So 3 plus 1 minus of 1 plus 8 minus of 2 divided by 6. So whenever you divide an integer with another integer, the result will always be an integer, and that is the reason we get 0 as the answer. Okay. So always keep in mind integer operator, integer will result in an integer, whereas the rest of the other combinations like int operator float will result in float, float operator int will result in float, float operator float will result in a float value. In my case, int operator int will result in an int. Therefore, I give the values. I mean, I get the result as 0, right? So next, as you can see, all my high priority operators are over. Okay, I only have now the second priority operators, which is nothing but plus and minus. And now, as the associativity rule says, I will have to evaluate these operators based on left to right associativity. Okay, so plus comes first from left to right. So let me evaluate it. 4 minus 1 plus 8 minus 0. Again, 4 minus 1, 4 minus 1 is 3 plus 8 minus of 0. And again, 8 plus 3 is 11 minus of 0. And therefore, the final result is 11. So after evaluating this expression, okay, I get the final answer as 11, right? So this is this is how you actually evaluate your arithmetic expressions. Okay, so what I'll do now is I will actually show you this practically in the form of a program and check whether we get the right answers or not. Okay, so now let me open my dev C++. As you can see, I have the same expression. Okay, so the answer of the first expression would be stored in the variable A, and the answer of the second expression would be saved in the variable B, right? So after performing these operations, I'm actually printing those values of A and B. So let's see what we get, right? So the as per our evaluation, the first one gave us a value of -5. The first expression gave us a value of -5, and the second expression gave us a value of 11. Okay, so we must be able to get the same output over here. Let's check that out and see, right? So I would compile this first and see if there is any warnings or error. There are no warnings or errors, so it's perfectly okay to go and run this program. I'm going and running this program. Okay, let's wait for the output and see to confirm if our evaluation is right or wrong. As you can see, the value in A after evaluation is -5, and the value in B after evaluation is 11. It means that we have got the perfect answer, and we know that we can easily understand that our evaluation and understanding of the priority as well as associativity was absolutely right. Okay, so now I feel it's time for me to give you an assignment so that you understand it, you do it and understand it better. Okay, so as you can see, I have given you an assignment over here. So I want you to solve this expression 4 modulo 5 minus 6 multiplied by 2 minus 2 divided by 5 multiplied by 6 plus 2 minus 3 modulo 2, right? So using the priority rule as well as the associativity rule, I want you to actually solve this expression, and I want to, I wanted you to post the answer in the comment box below so that I want to see how many of you have got the right answers. Okay, and please go ahead. Okay, so pause this video now and please do it right now. Take a grab a pen and a paper and then scribble it out, and once you get the answer, please do post it in the comment section below over here. Okay, so having said that, okay, I think we have come to the end of this lesson. Hope you understood how to evaluate arithmetic operators. In the upcoming lesson, I will be showing you how to evaluate relational operators. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this lesson. Okay, if you enjoyed this lesson, please do like this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also click on the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any kind of updates related to this upcoming lessons in this programming series. Okay, so having said that, meet you in the next lesson. Until then, take care. Bye bye. Love you all so much.